was working my way through Calvin's works and treatise and biography of Calvin and whatnot. If you haven't picked this up, you can pick this up over on Logos's website. Um, it is the Calvin 500 collection. There's 108 volumes. Really, the download's only 75 because they've merged some books together. However, these titles include the Institutes of Christian Religion, which is done in English, Latin, and French, so it's a total of 9 volumes. Calvin's commentaries, the Letters of John Calvin, which is 4 volumes, the Tracts and Treatise of John Calvin, which is 8 volumes, John Calvin's biography collection, which is 10 volumes, and Calvin and the History of Calvinism, which is 31 volumes. This is an excellent, excellent resource for those that are studying Calvinism and studying the works of John Calvin. So I was working my way through the collection and got to this book, The Theology of Calvin. This is done by Knight, and on the topic of regeneration. Now, this is very interesting that Calvin believed faith precedes regeneration. Most modern Calvinists believe that regeneration precedes faith. They believe we're regenerated, then we believe, then we're justified. Calvin totally refutes that. He says that basically in our justification we're regenerated and we're justified by faith. Justification is not the act of God just declaring us righteous, but also that he regenerates us and conforms us into the righteousness of Christ. So if we're justified by faith, we're also regenerated by faith. And this is one of Calvin's key points in his rebuttal to Osiander, because Osiander, they had contention over the doctrine of justification, and justification, and Calvin basically said that justification and regeneration are two separate terms, and they're two separate terms because it brings more glory to God, because it shows his outward act, which is us being declared righteous, and it includes God's inward act of regenerating us in the righteousness of Christ. So if we're justified by faith, we're also regenerated by faith. And I'm going to post this. I want to post this little excerpt on my website. You can check it out on or in my forum at forum.divinesoteriology.com. I'll put the link right there on the right hand side. You can see it. And I'm starting a new section on the doctrine of justification, because the doctrine of justification has changed since the time of the Reformation, and it's changed. You can see it in the teachings of modern Calvinism, where they separate the two by the act of faith. They separate regeneration and justification by the act of faith, where it is the act of faith that is the means to which we are justified and regenerated. So nowadays I see soteriology really getting clouded in people's understanding. So I'm going to post this article and bring it back to original Reformed theology, and see how that original Reformed theology plays out in light of new Reformed theology. So you can check out the article there. Unfortunately, I don't have the time in the video to read through it, so you can go ahead and follow the link and check it out there. God bless.